This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, once again I will repeat. See Pega, if you want to install in your application, so Pega will support all the operating systems, any OS, Windows operating system, 64-bit, any OS it will support, 7, 8 or 10. And RAM size 4 GB is required, and free space 10 GB is required, and all the latest browsers it will support. So application we can open in any browser, Firefox, Chrome, Mozilla. So any browser we can open application. And when we install Pega, it is going to install these four components: Java, database server, and PRPC. See, in the real time, when you're working on any company, the database can be different and server can be different. Because in the personal edition, they have configured one default database and one default server. But when you're working in any company, it will not be using the same database or same server. You can use an SQL database and WebLogic server, or some Oracle database and IBM DB2, or some WebSphere server. So depend upon the project requirement. So I told you yesterday one point. Pega will support all the databases in the market. So Pega will hold the license of all the databases. So depend upon the requirement, they are going to give the access for database and server. So accordingly, in personal edition, they have configured one database and one server. So when we install Pega in the home edition, automatically it will install this PGSQL database and Tomcat as the server. And along with that, Java latest version to install, and PRPC platform. If this is not there, we cannot work on the application. So PRPC is the main platform, so where we can work on the application and develop the application. So automatically all these components will get installed as a package, not individually. All these install as a one package it will install. See, generally, if you install anything in your systems in program files, it will be saved, right? Pega will also be saving program files only, but as a separate folder in your directory. Suppose if you select some directory, under the directory, all these things get installed. If you want uninstall means you cannot. What pages you cannot read? I didn't get that message. Okay. So if you install this, all these install as a one in one folder, it is going to get installed. That I will show you. And if anybody uses Windows 7 operating system, okay, if anybody uses Windows 7 operating system, then you have to do two settings. You have to do for Windows 10 users or 8 users, not required. If anyone using Windows 7 only, follow these settings. Try to disable antivirus, and you'll be having some setting called user account control settings. That one we have to select never notify, only for Windows 7 users. If you're using Windows 7, disable antivirus before starting installation, and also disable this user account control settings will be there. We have to select never notify. We have to select automatically, it will be notified. We have to select never notify. So these two settings only do for Windows 7 users, but after doing this setting, restart the PC, then start the process. Okay. And if other users who are using other operating systems, directly go for the installation. But if you want how to install the plugins, I'll be sharing a file today. You can download that file. You'll be getting a file from Google Drive. By end of the day, I'll be sharing that. So it will be around 4.7 GB. So you have to download that file. See here, when you download that file, see after downloading, so you have to, it will be saved in a zip format. So after downloading, it will save the file in a zip format. So without extracting the file, you cannot start the installation from the same zip file. From zip file, I cannot start installation. It will not start also. See, once it is completed, you have to extract the file. Okay, what you have to do means extract the file. And after extracting, so remember, no need to change the folder name. And while extracting, what you have to do means extract to folder you have to select. See, so many extract to, here they are going to do extract here. If you do, what happens? All the files will be individually extracted. But when we are installing Pega, when you extract the file, extract to folder, that is the same name we have to select. Okay. Then what happens means after the folder is extracted, all the files will be saved in that folder. Now we have to copy this particular folder, whatever we extracted, to some directory we have to copy. See, if you run directly from download path, it will not install. If you run from desktop also, it will not install. If you run from document folder also it will not install, because some exe files and database files it is not going to read. So only if you copy to directory and from there if you start the installation, then only it is going to read the files. So first of these three things: download the file, extract that one, then after extracting that folder, copy the folder to some directory. Okay. See, in your system, if C directory is having space, you can copy to C, or some other directories if you have any partition, you can also copy to some other directory also you can copy. Okay. And make sure no need to change the name for the folder as it is what are the folder generated. So we have to keep the same name. Why I'm saying means you can change, but why I'm saying means if you change the name, you'll be giving some spaces for that. Okay, if spaces are there, again it will not read the database files and Java files, it will not read. So better what are the folder it is created. So exactly as it is, copy the folder to the directory. Example, in my system, I copied this folder to some web directory, and from there I started the installation. So this is the folder, and whenever we copy the folder to directory, the folder should be on top of directory. That is, don't give any separate folders, additional folders again. Again, if you create any additional folders, you'll be giving some spaces like this. So always remember your particular file, what are the folder we extracted, that file should be under top of the directory we have to copy. Top means nothing but inside the F drive only we have to copy. Again, don't give any additional folders inside the directory. So once we copy this, you'll be clicking the file and you'll be seeing these icons, these files and different folders you can see. And once if you want to, once it is done, so you have to start the installation. To start the installation, you have to click on this install file will be there. So click on this install file. I'm not installing the complete setup now, but just I'm showing the process. So when you click on that install, excuse me, see some small wizard will open, command prompt will open, and no need to enter any commands in this. Apart from that, you'll be getting one small wizard will open. It will take some 1 to 2 minutes time. Some wizard will open, and in that wizard just follow the screens. I'll be sharing this video and document also I'll be sharing. You can follow that and you can complete the installation. So you'll get this wizard open. So in this wizard, just follow the steps. Okay, click on next button. Then prerequisites. Prerequisites already I've given in the document. You can go through in the document, installation document. I've given the prerequisites already. Then here you'll be getting the license agreement. You have to click on accept. Then what are the files it is going to install? It will show the sequence. So first of all, it will load all the files, server files, database files, everything it will load. Then it will install the server and Java. Then it will install the database. Then it will create some desktop shortcuts in the means for related to Pega application. 3 icons will be created in the desktop, and finally it will launch the Pega platform. So Pega platform means again one more command prompt will be loaded and it will load in the background. That is all the files will be loaded in the background. So and whenever you want to open Pega application, this platform should be running in the background. It should not close. That will automatically happen. No need to do anything manually. So this entire process it is going to take around 1 hour time. It will take. So here just no need to do any changes in this screen. Just click on next button. And here directory selection in your system according to the space, free space you are having, you can choose the directory. So that is if you have a space in C directory, okay, you can select the automatically it will show C only. If you want to change the directory name, just change the name and give that particular directory path. And again here no need to give any folder names. Pega will automatically create a folder. Only thing is we have to just give the directory name. Then click on next button. And here it will show a message like it should have a 5+ GB free space to give the to install the application. So make sure in which directory you are installing. So up to 10 GB free space is required. So then only it will allow you to complete the installation. So in this, just click on next button. Then you will be getting a configuration, port configuration. So when database and server both are installed, So some port number will be allocated for the database and server. So automatically it will take unique port number only, no need to worry. But anyway, once you get this screen, you need to check the availability, port availability we need to check. So if you click on port availability, if it is showing both database port and server port both are available means, then you can continue. See, some cases in your system, if any other servers and other installations are there, some cases it may allocate same port number for other servers and other databases. It may conflict some cases. Suppose if it is showing as not available, then you can change the port numbers. So all the screenshots are given in document also, and I'll be sharing video also. You can just go through any one. So once you check the port availability, if the port is not available means some other numbers I have given below. Suppose if 8080 is not available, you can give 9090. If any database port is not available, you can give 5433 or 5434. But maximum 100% port numbers will be available. No need to worry. But anyway, once check in your system, check the port available. Then click on next button. If available means click on next button. Now click on start button. So if you click on start, now installation will be started. So again, I am not starting the installation because in my system already it is installed. Again, if I start, it will override the application. So again, previous application data, everything will be lost. So I'm not starting. So in your system, you have to click on the start button. And once you click on start button, now process will start. And this process will take around 1 hour, up to 1 hour, 46 minutes to 1 hour time it is going to take. And in between this, no need to do anything. Just plug the charger and leave it. So automatically installation will do in the background, and it will be taking some up to 46 minutes to 1 hour time it is going to take, depending upon your system configuration and speed, RAM and all also it will come. So until the installation is completed, how to know installation is completed means finally you'll be getting a message like rule-based load complete. So if you get this message, then completely Pega has been installed. Okay, so successfully. Sometimes if you have any issues are there in the installation, it will say that rule-based that is Pega completed installation unsuccessfully completed. Will show a message. If you get this message means successful installation will be completed. And at the same time in the background, this command prompt also will load. Okay. See what this is nothing but a rule base. What is the rule base or Pega server? Again, I'll discuss the points again. So when you install Pega for the first time, so automatically this Pega platform server will start up. Okay. So because Pega, okay, I want to tell you one thing. See Pega, there are two editions are there. What are the two editions means? See if you want to use the application in companies, we used to call it as enterprise edition. Okay, that is called as enterprise edition. And if you want to install Pega in your systems, in our local systems means that is for home editions we used to call, or personal edition we used to call. But application is same. Enterprise edition application is same, and personal edition application is also same. What is the difference means? What is the only difference is in personal edition in your system only you can access the application. That is internet access will be getting. Okay. See, because personal edition means what? In our laptop only we can use that application. Others cannot remotely access and others cannot connect to our application. Because when you are using as a practice edition, only in your system if you install Pega only you can use that one. So it will work on intranet server. And when you use the application in the companies, it will be enterprise access will be there, and same application will be accessed by multiple developers in the organization. And whoever want to work on the application, everyone will be connected to the same server group. Okay, every developer will be connected to the same server group. Apart from that, there is no difference between inside the application what are the options we have and what are the features we have, and the look and feel of the application. Everything will be same. Only thing is in the real time no need to start this server. Okay, in the personal edition means it is internet server. So whenever you want to open the application, so this Pega platform will open, then only we can open application in the browser. In the real time means you will be given the user ID password to connect to the application. So what are the URL or what are the IP address given to you? When you give your user ID password, automatically it will be connected to the application, because in the companies the application will be configured as a server group, and every developer will be connected to the same server group. They will be connected when they are working on same application. Okay. So apart from that, there there is no other differences between the home edition and enterprise edition. Other difference is in enterprise edition you'll be getting choice to select the database and server, but in the personal edition they will not give any choice to select database and server, because personal edition they'll be giving one default database and default server, but in enterprise edition depend upon the project requirement. So the actually you will not do the installation process in the real time. For that lead team will be there, they are going to configure, but process will be similar, but it will take more time in the enterprise server. They will be installing the main database and main server. Some process will take more time. Apart from that, there is no difference. Now, once we complete the installation, if you get this message, then successfully application is installed. So I think this will not take more than 1 hour, 1 to 1.5 hour time it will take. So without any support or assistance also you can complete by yourselves. Okay, I'll be giving the video and document both, and I'll be sharing the software file by end of the day. So you have to download that and you have to complete the installation. And next thing is see, once installation is completed, so when you get that message, it is successfully completed. But again, if you want to anyway verify whether application is opening or not, see, you'll be getting 3 icons at all. So when application is installed, so Pega will create 3 desktop icons. Already, when you install application for the first time, server will start up. Okay, this is the startup window, and server will automatically start up. No need to worry. And one icon here is startup icon. Okay, that is in order to start the internet server. So that is startup icon, and other icon is called as shutdown icon. ERPC platform shutdown. See, shutdown icon when we'll be using means, suppose you want to shut down your system and you want to close the application, that is if you want to shut down the server. So that is whenever you shut down your PC, so before you shut down the PC, so we have to shut down the Pega platform server. We have to shut down, because we should not close the server directly. Means you should not close, you can't close button directly. If you close directly for 4 or 5 times, application will crash. Okay, your Pega application will crash. That is, again you cannot open application until again you uninstall and reinstall Pega. We cannot access the application. So what is the best way and correct way to close the server is, so they have given icons, right? So this shutdown icon we have to use. See, only when, suppose every day if you put your system in sleep mode or lock mode, then minimize the server window and no need to shut down the server. Okay, just you can, if you putting the system in sleep mode or lock mode every day, by end of the day, every day no need to shut down the server. Okay, so but if you shut down the PC every day, then you have to click on the shutdown icon. You have to click. Okay, then there is other icon, login icon. So login icon purpose is, see, Pega application will open in a browser. So if you want to, server is started, already server is running in the background. So we have to open the application. If you want to open application, so click on this login icon. So if you click on the login icon, application is going to open in a browser. See here, browser we can set any browser as default browser we can set. So for that, what we have to do, one time setting, what we have to do means, if you click on, right click on this login icon and click on open with, you'll get all the browsers in your PC. What are the browsers? See, now it will show the list of browsers. So if better, if you are using Microsoft Edge, if you have in your applications, so use Microsoft Edge as the default browser, because application will be fast in this browser compared to Chrome or Firefox browsers. Microsoft Edge will be fast in the, it will be fast to use all the rules in the application. So try to set Microsoft Edge as a default browser only for this application, and select, after selecting the browser, click on this checkbox. Use this app always to open the Pega application. So click on OK. This is a one-time setting. So from next time, directly when you will click on the login option, application will open in the Microsoft Edge browser. It will open. Okay. So if you get this screen also, your application is successfully installed. Suppose after installation is completed, when you click on the login icon, if you are getting any Tomcat error or something, Tomcat server error or something message if you are getting, then there is some issue with installation. Okay, see, sometimes if you do any mistake, that is, if your 32-bit operating system, in the 30-bit operating system, if you are installing the Pega, it will take only 2 to 5 minutes to complete the installation. So then nothing but your application is not successfully installed. And if you're not having enough space in your system, if you don't have enough space, then also installation will fail. Okay, then also it will take only 5 minutes to 10 minutes time only it will take. Okay, there are some reasons so then installation will fail. If installation is failed means then we have to uninstall and again reinstall the application. So what is the process to uninstall and reinstall process is same again. But if uninstall is failed, sorry, installation is failed, what is the process to uninstall the application means? I told you Pega application, Pega when you install, it will not be anything will not be added in the program files. So directly if you want to uninstall means, see under the directory. See in my system I have given F directory I have given. So what you have to do means go to in your system if you have given C directory, go to C, and in my system I have given F directory. In F directory it will create a folder called PRPC personal edition folder. So in this all the things will get installed. So your server, okay, some scriptings, script files will be installed, database will be installed, and Java will be installed. Okay. So if you want to uninstall Pega, after shutdowning, we have to shut down the server first. Okay. If you want to shut down the server means what? We have to click on the shutdown icon. You have to click first. This is the shutdown icon. So once you click on shutdown icon, it will take some 20-30 seconds, and automatically that window will close. Then we have to click on this. That is, we have to select this folder and delete this folder. Then automatically Pega will be completely uninstalled. Again, you have to install the application by following the same process. Suppose first time if you do any mistake, and if after installing, if the application is not opening, then you have to again uninstall and see. Without uninstalling, again if you reinstall multiple times also it will not install. Okay, so many they are doing a mistake. So after once installation is failed, again if you don't uninstall the application, if you several times if you attempt installation also, your installation will not happen. Okay, so once installation is failed, so what you have to do is uninstall the application. Once again after uninstallation, restart the system and again follow the same procedure. Okay, so only thing when installation will fail, what are the reasons for installation fail means only three things. If you're having 32-bit operating system, or if you're not having enough space in the directory, or third reason is so many what they're going to do means sometimes by mistake you'll be doing the installation from desktop or document or um, download path. From there if you install also it will not complete. Okay, so these are the three reasons why installation will fail. Okay, so if you correctly do this process, so complete successfully it will be completed and you can open the Pega application. Okay, so suppose in any case installation is that is application is not successfully installed, then you have to uninstall the application and again follow the reinstallation process. Okay, so only thing is to uninstall, so we have to shut down the server, then again delete the folder in which directory application is installed, delete the PRPC personal edition folder, and then restart the system and again follow the same procedure in the we have to again follow the same procedure to install the application. Okay, so this one you can do in the weekend. Whenever you get time, you can complete that in the weekend. So all the steps are there. So installation process also I have given here. So this is about the installation. So no need to worry in the real time. See in the next two classes also whatever I'm going to do, you will not do in the real time. Okay, only for the personal edition purpose only this means in the real time also procedure is same, but in the real time you are not going to do the application installation. Okay, but in the personal edition if you want to work on application and work on a project, so without installing Pega you cannot practice. So this is process to install the application in your systems. Okay, so now next thing is I want to show you there is something called server configuration or rule-based configuration. Okay. That I'm only discussing the configuration purpose, but what is the advantage of creating that configuration? Why we need to create that configuration? You'll understand after some 3-4 exercises. We'll be understanding. That is in the next week by Wednesday or Thursday session. You'll understand that. So no need to worry more about that. Only thing is I'm going to show you how to configure the rule base. Okay, what is that rule base and what is the purpose of that rule base? You'll understand in Wednesday or Thursday session. You'll understand. Okay. Now, once installation is completed, you have to do in the application. What is the configuration means? We used to call it as the rule-based configuration, or we used to call it as we can also call it as a pgadmin4 configuration. Once your installation is successfully completed, then we have to do this server configuration. See, server and database both are installed, but in our application, any rules we create, if we want to physically check the rules in the server, so this configuration is required. Actually, till the 7.3 version, it is called as pgadmin 3 server. From 7.4, they have given some pgadmin 4 server. They have given in 8 also, it is same. So, in order to configure this rule base or pgadmin 4 server, let's see the steps. Only I'm discussing about the steps and what is the advantage when why we are doing this configuration. You will get this point in the next classes. After doing one execution, once we compile one entire workflow, then you will understand more about this. Why did we do the server configuration? Okay. So, in order to do this server configuration in your system, your server should be running in the background. So, without starting the server, I cannot do this configuration. Okay, that is if you open the system today, for example, if you open the system, so first what we have to do in order to open this startup server platform, Pega platform server, you have to just click on the login icon. You have to startup icon. You have to click. So when you click on startup icon, it will take some 2 to 3 minutes time. It will take. Okay, so Pega server will take some 2 to 3 minutes time, and once it is completed, you can minimize that window. You have to minimize. If you close means we cannot again configure application, or we cannot open Pega application also we cannot open. So whenever we start up this server, so we have to minimize this window. Now what are the next steps means? The same I have given, start the Pega server. Then after starting, so what are the path I'm going to open? So go to the path. See where in your system, where did you install Pega, under which directory Pega is installed? Go to that particular directory, and you'll be having a folder called PRPC personal edition folder, right? Open that folder and go to the path which I'm going. In this, you have to go to PGSQL, and in this, you have to go to pgadmin 4, and under this, you have to go to bin, and in this, you will be having an icon called pgadmin4.exe icon. See this icon, first we need to add a desktop shortcut. Okay, so for this icon, first to add a desktop shortcut. See how to add a desktop shortcut means, if you right click on this, go to send to, you'll be having desktop create shortcut. You have to select that option. So already I have given the steps. So what you have to do means, go to the in your directory, in which directory the folder is there, go to that folder, go to pgsql pgadmin4 bin pgadmin4.exe, and in this file, so if you see this file, so after that add a desktop shortcut for that particular file. So in my system it is already added. This is the shortcut I created. Now once you add this shortcut, see that is whenever you want to open the rule base. See, yesterday I told you one point. So in Pega, server name is nothing but rule base. Pega rule base we used to call. And what is the purpose of rule base means? Inside the platform, that is when you are developing any rules in the Pega platform, all the rules will be physically stored in the rule base. It will be stored. So sometimes we'll verify whether the rules are successfully generated or not. Or if sometimes we'll check the data. You will be having 3 types of data: work object data, rule data, and table data. So that data if you want to physically verify means, we have to configure this rule-based connection. In the real time, they will be configured by it will be configured by the tech leads will configure. But in the personal edition, if you want to verify any work object data or any table data or any rule data, if you want to check, we have to configure by ourselves. Okay. So that's what I'm doing now. But how to check and what are the information and where that information will be there, you'll understand in the that next week classes. You'll understand. Now only I'm doing the configuration. So once you add the desktop shortcut, see you have to double click on this icon. Okay. See if you double click on this icon in your systems, you may get some Microsoft error. You'll be getting, not mandatory, but 80% of the users will be getting this issue, because Microsoft updates, if it is not up to date means, then you'll be getting the issue. So when opening this pgadmin4.exe, you'll be getting this error ms bcpl20.dll. Okay, most of the users will get this error. So when you are getting this error, you need to install some patch. Okay, so what is the patch link and all I have given below. So if you are getting this error, system error, so then you have to click on the patch below. So if you click on the link, you'll be getting a small file, some 7 MB file will be there. So we have to download and install the file. Okay, so that not file, install the patch. And after installing the patch, we have to restart the system. Then only that application will restart it, refresh. So once the patch is installed, once restart the system. See, but before restarting the system, what we have to do? We need to shut down the server, because without you shut down the server, if you restart the PC also, what happens now? First time server will not start properly. Again, when you open application also, we have to shut down the server, and again we have to start the server. So that's why whenever we are going to shut down our system or restarting the system, so compulsory we have to shut down the server. Pega platform server we have to shut down. And we know, right, you'll be having a shutdown icon. So using shutdown icon, we have to shut down the server. So once we restart the PC, then again what we have to do? So previously we shut down the server, we have to start the server again. Then click on this icon. Okay, so when you click on this icon, see, some cases you may get not error, some cases you will be getting that fail to connect, retry. Again, this is also not mandatory for everyone. Suppose again if you get this pop-up, we have to click on retry here. Okay, then automatically if you click on retry, you'll be getting, it will be connected to the pgadmin 4 server, and you'll be getting the window. It will open the window like this. So in my system I already opened that. And now what we have to do means, some local host connection we have to create. What is the purpose of local host connection means? Inside the application, any data we create, it will be connected to the local host, and under the database, inside the database, all the rules will be saved. Okay. So for that, so here the process is very simple. You will be only providing some 2 parameters. So what we have to do means, we have to right click on the servers, and we need to create a new server. In the real time is, they will be creating server group, but in your local systems we have to create it's a local host internet server. So we will be creating one server connection. In the real time is, they will be creating a server group connection. So click on this, click on create new server. Then some small wizard will open, and see, coming to the details here, the connection names and all. So we cannot give our own names. See, the connection name is here localhost. Okay, and remaining port numbers and all automatically configure. So give the connection name as localhost, and you have to give it in lowercase. Okay, see, inside the server names, database names, table names, column names, everything will be giving in lowercase. That you'll understand later. So here we are giving the server name. So give the name as localhost, and go to the connection tab. And again, here also same thing. Connection name is localhost, and automatically it will take the database port number, database name, and username also it will automatically take. And see, this information and all you'll be getting from the Pega server configuration, you'll be getting automatically. Okay, actually if you want to check means where this information will be there, I will show you. See, you'll be getting all this information in the Tomcat server. If you go, you'll be having config folder. Not mandatory to know, but just I want to show that where that information will be there. If you open the context file, in that you'll be having all that information. See, here you can find out all the, so local host names, okay, port numbers, username, database password, okay, database username. All these names you'll be getting here. From here you can identify. So here database name, everything is configured, and username is already configured, and only thing is we have to enter the password. Password is also PostGIS only, but no need to worry. In the real time you will not do these things. So password also we have to enter PostGIS, and every time when you open the connection, no need to enter the password. If you enable this checkbox, we have to compulsory enable save password checkbox. So from next time when you open the server, database will be automatically connected. So we have to enable this checkbox. Then we have to click on save button. So these things you have to do. Installation, once it is completed, open the server, add a new server connection, and here give the name as localhost, and in the connection name also give localhost. Port number is 5432, and give the password and save this checkbox. Enable that save password checkbox, then save it. Okay, then automatically your server connection will be established. Okay, now in the coming classes, what is the importance of this connection and what kind of data we can check in the server, that all you will understand in the only till here you can complete. In the future classes, that is in the coming classes, you'll understand when to open the server and when to check the data in the server and what kind of tables you'll be having in the server. All those things you will understand in the coming classes. So what we have to do means we have to complete the installation and do this server configuration, be ready with the server configuration. From Monday, new application, that is we are going to start a new project. So what is the process and all? Again, if you want to start a new project, so we need to create some new application we have to create. Like framework application will be there, implementation application will be there. So what is the process to create framework and implementation? So first we'll create in the wizard. Some wizards will be there. That is in the PRPC only we have to open the wizard. And then just we have to fill basic information like what is name of application, organization name, and automatically Pega is an automation tool, right? See, only when you give basic information in the background, some 15 to 20 rules will be automatically created. More than if the application, if an application is created, in the background, some 30 rules will be automatically created. So because Pega, only thing is everything like a wizard and templates will be having, and internally so many tools will be having. So anything if want to design under one platform, it's a powerful platform which contains all the templates and features. Just within the platform only we'll be using all the functionalities and no need to configure any other party, third party softwares or anything, no need to configure. Everything is integrated in Pega as part of application design. So this is when you install Pega, everything will be set up, ready, it will be ready, available. Only thing is we have to use the features according to the what are the requirement we get, accordingly we have to use all the features. Okay. So that will be starting from Monday session will be starting. That is for US students, it is Sunday evening. Okay. So that is about installation process. Without any help also you can do. I'll be giving the video and document. So any questions in this?
Yeah, I mean, if you install personal edition, how long it will be? I mean, the license agreement?
It's a full-time access. See,
Full
until
time.
you
Okay.
uninstall and if you delete, then until that you will be getting that. You can use that. It's a full version.
Okay.
Until
Regarding the
we
classes,
delete and remove, it will not
okay.
be expired. It will not expire. There is no expiry date. Okay.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I got the point. And also regarding the timings in classes, so we are not going to have class on Saturday and Sunday, only Monday to Friday, right?
Saturday, yeah, Monday to Friday. And from Monday session, it will be 7:30 a.m. IST. That is,
Uh,
if you're in
can we start a bit
CST,
early?
bit early not possible because before this another batch is running 6:30 to 7:30. So not possible. So 7:30 to 8:30, I'll be taking the session.
Okay, fine.
See, if you miss anything also, I'll be sharing the video. And videos you'll be getting for the first 3 weeks.